The small human cruiser moved slowly through deep space, drifting like an old ghost. Around it, the red nebula glowed softly, painting the metal surface of the ship in dark red colors. The cruiser looked weak, tired, and almost broken. Many scratches covered its hull. Some areas had burn marks from old battles. The engines made a low, shaking sound, as if they might stop working any moment. From far away, any alien scout would think the ship was dying. A useless, harmless human ship, the kind of ship alien empires ignored. But inside, on the bridge, Captain Mira Hale stood tall. She was a woman in her mid-30s, with sharp eyes that carried both pain and strength. Her uniform had small tears, a sign of long travel and too many battles. Her hair was tied back in a simple style, but a few strands had escaped, touching her tired face. Yet her voice remained firm, steady, and full of quiet fire. The bridge around her was dim. Few lights worked properly. Screens flickered in and out, showing half-functional systems. One panel sparked with a tiny burst of electricity, then fell silent. Mira ignored it. Her attention was fixed on the alert message playing through the speakers. The message repeated over and over, like a desperate cry lost in the stars. Human colony E-47 under attack. No reinforcements left. Request help. We cannot run anymore. The voice in the message belonged to a young human officer from the colony. His tone was trembling. His breath was shaking. In the background, explosions could be heard, soft but clear. People screaming, children crying, machines failing. The message continued. Our shields are down. Our last defense towers are destroyed. Alien forces are landing. Please, someone help. Anyone. We cannot run anymore. Then the message ended. A moment of silence filled the bridge. And then it played again. Mira closed her eyes slowly. She knew this colony. E-47 was not just any human settlement. It was one of the oldest remaining free colonies, built during the early years of human expansion. For many years, it had been a safe home for thousands of human refugees, people who escaped from alien invasions, wars, and slavery. It was not rich. It was not powerful. But it was a place where humans could breathe without fear. If E-47 fell, then humanity would lose one more home, one more piece of hope, one more place to hide. And there were not many left. For decades, humanity had been pushed back by stronger alien empires. They lost many battles. They lost entire worlds. They lost their place in the galaxy. And in the eyes of the universe, humans became known as the runners, a species that survives by escaping, never facing danger, never standing their ground. Mira felt her chest tighten. She whispered softly, but the bridge carried her voice like a quiet promise. Maybe, this time we do not run. Her words were simple, but they were heavy. She opened her eyes again. Her gaze hardened. She walked slowly to the front screen, looking out at the red nebula. Gas clouds drifted like silent waves. Lights sparkled in the distance. It was peaceful, too peaceful, for a galaxy that wanted humans dead. Mira placed her hand on the metal railing in front of her. It was cold. The ship felt tired under her touch, like an old warrior who had survived too many fights. Ship status, she said quietly. A robotic voice answered, full of glitches. Engines at 40%. Shields at 20%. Weapons. 1 plasma cannon operational. Missiles 2 remaining. Hull integrity. Unstable. Mira nodded. The information was bad, but not new. This ship was not a warship anymore. It was a survivor. She turned toward the empty seats on the bridge. Her crew was resting in other sections of the ship. They were exhausted after a long journey with no supplies and no safe ports. They were only 12 people left. 12 humans on an old cruiser. 12 tired souls in a galaxy full of enemies. But Mira knew them. She trusted them. She knew they would follow her, even into impossible danger, if she asked them. The alert message played again. Please help. We cannot run anymore. Mira felt something break inside her. Or maybe something woke up. For too long, humanity had only survived by escaping. But every species, no matter how weak, has a moment when it stops being prey. Her voice became stronger. "Computer," she commanded, "prepare the navigation system. Set course for Colony E47. The robotic voice hesitated. Then it said, "Warning. Enemy forces detected in that region. Survival chance. Less than 5%. Mira breathed in deeply. She did not smile. She did not show fear. She simply answered, "Set the course." The ship's engines hummed louder, as if they were afraid. Lights flickered across the bridge. Metal plates shook. The old cruiser slowly began to turn toward the battle zone. Toward danger. Toward death. Toward the moment when humanity might finally stop running. Mira watched the stars shift in front of her. Then she whispered again. But this time her voice was calm, powerful, and full of fire. "E47, hold on. We are coming." The alien battleship Varkos Prime floated like a dark metal mountain in space. Its armor glowed with blue symbols, each one representing a victory in war. It was one of the many ships belonging to the Dravic Dominion, a powerful empire feared across the galaxy. Inside the command deck, everything looked clean, sharp, and perfect. Screens showed maps, weapon systems, and the positions of enemy colonies. Bright white lights made the room feel cold and emotionless. Commander Rothar Dravic, leader of the ship, stood at the center of the deck. He was tall, with silver skin and hard red eyes. His body armor was decorated with marks of honor from many battles. His voice, when he spoke, was deep and full of pride. His officers respected him. They also feared him. At this moment, Dravic was studying the hologram of human colony E47. The hologram showed burning buildings, explosions, humans running, shields failing. One of his officers, Lieutenant Kaler, stepped forward. He had two sharp horns on his head, and his voice was filled with confidence. "Commander, the human colony is collapsing. Their defenses lasted only 12 minutes. Our ground forces will take full control in 1 hour." Dravic nodded slowly. "This is expected," he said. "Humans always lose quickly." The officers around him smirked. Another officer added, "Humans never fight back. They escape like frightened animals." The room filled with low laughter. But something strange happened. A young alien sensor operator suddenly sat up straighter. Her fingers moved quickly across the console. "Commander, I detect a human ship entering the region." The laughter stopped. Dravic lifted his head. "A what?" "A human cruiser, sir. Old model. Very old." The officers shared confused looks. Kaler frowned. "That must be a transport ship trying to flee." But the sensor operator slowly shook her head. "No, sir. It is not fleeing." Those words caused the entire command deck to fall silent. Dravic stepped closer to her console. "Explain." The operator swallowed nervously. "The human ship, it is coming toward the colony." A few officers blinked in surprise. "Toward us?" one asked. "That cannot be right," another muttered. Kaler laughed again, but this time the laugh was forced. "Humans never fly into danger. It is not their nature." The operator spoke again, her voice shaking now. "Commander, I have scanned it 3 times. The human ship is on a direct attack path." The deck fell completely silent. Dravic stared at the screen for a long moment. His red eyes narrowed. Something felt wrong. He spoke slowly. "What type of ship?" "Small cruiser, sir. Weak shields. Damaged hull. Almost no weapons." An officer stepped forward. "Commander, this makes no sense. They are attacking with a broken ship? Why?" No one had an answer. Dravic folded his arms. "Show me the ship." A large hologram appeared in the center of the deck. The small human cruiser looked tiny compared to the massive alien warship. It looked old. It looked slow. It looked weak. Kaler laughed again. "Maybe their navigation system is broken," another officer said. "Maybe they don't know we are here." Dravic did not laugh. His voice was colder than space. "No. Humans always know when we are near. They smell fear before fear even comes." The officers went quiet. Dravik stepped closer to the hologram, his eyes narrowing. Why would humans come here willingly? No one spoke. He turned to the sensor operator. Open a communication channel. Let's hear their fear. The operator nodded and began pressing buttons. Static filled the speakers. Then a clear voice came through. A human voice. A woman's voice. She was calm. Too calm. E-47. This is Captain Mira Hale of the cruiser Astrius. Hold your position. We are coming. The alien officers stared, shocked. No panic in her voice, one whispered. No fear, another added. Dravik felt a chill crawl up his spine. Humans were never calm in battle. Never brave. Never bold. This was different. He turned sharply toward his officers. Track that ship. Prepare weapons, but do not fire yet. Kaler blinked. Do not fire? Commander, this is a human ship. Weak prey. Dravik glared at him. Prey does not run toward the hunter. The room went quiet again. Dravik slowly moved to the viewing window. Outside, the stars looked peaceful, but he felt something moving beneath that peace. Something he had not felt in years. A shift, a change, a spark. He whispered to himself, Humans? What are you doing? Cut to the human ship. The old cruiser jumped out of warp. Flames from the burning colony reflected off its hull. The alien warships loomed like giants, and the tiny human ship came straight toward them. Straight into danger. Straight into death. Mira stood on her bridge, staring at the enemy. Her whisper was steady. Today, they will learn. The human cruiser Astrius moved slowly into the battlefield. Its engines shook with every small burst of power. Cracks spread across its hull like old scars. A few lights flickered along the ship's surface, barely staying alive. Around it, the sky was filled with chaos. The colony E-47 burned below. Large fires covered the cities, and smoke rose into space like dark rivers. Alien troop ships landed and lifted off repeatedly. Laser fire flashed across the atmosphere. Explosions echoed like thunder. Captain Mira Hale stood at the center of her bridge, watching it all. Her crew gathered behind her. Engineer Lewis, nervous but loyal. Pilot Erin, a young woman with quick hands. Communications Officer Daryl, calm even in fear. And 9 others, all tired, all scared, but all standing with her. Mira took a long breath. All stations, she said. Prepare for contact. Her voice was steady, but inside her heart beat like a war drum. The crew moved quickly. Buttons clicked. Screens lit up. Alarms beeped softly. The ship came to life even with its weak systems. Scene 1, enemy locking on. On the alien battleship Varkos Prime, the sensor operator shouted, Commander, the human ship is now in firing range. Dravik stepped forward. How fast are they moving? Slow, sir. Too slow for an attack run. Kaler laughed. So they changed their mind? Maybe they are running after all. The sensor operator's voice turned shaky again. No, sir. They are coming straight at us. Their course has not changed. Dravik narrowed his eyes. He whispered to himself, Why? Why would humans do this? He turned to his officers. Charge the plasma cannons. Prepare to destroy them. But wait for my order. His officers looked confused. Commander, Kaler asked. This is just one human cruiser. We can destroy it instantly. Dravik snapped back. I said wait. No one argued. Something about this human ship felt wrong. Something was different. Scene 2, Myra's plan. On the Astrius, the bridge lights dimmed as power shifted to shields and weapons. Pilot Erin swallowed hard. Captain, 3 alien warships are locking onto us. Plasma level is rising. Engineer Lewis added, Our shields will not hold, Captain. Not for even one direct hit. Mira nodded. I know. The crew looked at her. Then what is the plan? Erin whispered. Myra's calm eyes looked across the room. We target their pride. The crew did not understand. Mira pointed at the main screen where the massive Varkos Prime floated like a god of war. That ship believes we are weak. It believes we are predictable. It believes humans always run. She leaned closer. So we attack the one place they never defend. Daryl frowned. And where is that? Mira smiled softly. Their ego. A beat of silence. Lewis blinked. So, we provoke them? Exactly, Mira answered. We make them angry. Angry enemies make mistakes. Scene 3, the first human shot. Aaron, Mira said. Aim the plasma cannon. The pilot turned pale. At what, Captain? Mira pointed at a small but important target. A communications relay on the side of Varkos Prime. If destroyed, it would not harm the warship's weapons. But it would be an insult. A direct challenge. Target locked, Aaron whispered. Mira raised her voice. Fire. The plasma cannon fired a single bright shot. The ship shook violently. It could barely handle the recoil. The energy bolt exploded across space and hit the alien relay with perfect accuracy. The relay burst into flames. On the Varkos Prime, alarms exploded through the deck. The officers stared at the damage, shocked. Dravik's eyes widened. They attacked us? He said in disbelief. Kaler shouted, Commander, that shot destroyed our communication array. Dravik's hands tightened. That human ship fired at us first? The officers nodded. Dravik's voice dropped to a deadly whisper. Humans, do not attack Dominion ships. For the first time in years, Dravik felt insulted. An insult turned into anger. Scene 4, Dravik reacts. Open all fire, Dravik roared. Crush them. His officers rushed to obey. This cannot be real, Kaler muttered. A single human ship attacking the Dominion? The Varkos Prime charged its main cannons. Energy built up, glowing blue and violent. The weapons locked onto the small human cruiser. But before the Dominion could fire, Mira acted again. Aaron's second shot. Same target. Send a message. Aaron hesitated. Captain, if we fire again, our cannon could overheat. Myra's voice was calm. Humans have run for too long. Today, we must show them who we can be. Aaron nodded. Firing. The second shot flew across the battlefield. It hit another antenna. Small damage. Zero tactical effect. But the insult was enormous. Alien officers stared at the new explosion. Dravik's eyes burned with fury. This is no longer a battle, he growled. This is disrespect. Scene 5, Dravik speaks to Mira. Dravik shouted, Open a channel to the human ship. Static filled the screen. Then Myra's face appeared. She looked calm, determined, fearless. Dravik glared at her. You dare attack a Dominion battleship? He roared. Mira answered quietly. I dare stop running. Dravik froze. Those words hit him like a shockwave. Mira continued. Your empire thinks humans are weak. You think we are prey. But prey can become hunters. Not with strength, but with courage. Dravik clenched his fists. You will die for this. Mira nodded. Maybe, but not running. Feels better than living in fear. The call ended. Dravik stood still, his anger boiling. This human woman was not normal. This human ship was not afraid. Something was changing. Something the Dominion had never prepared for. Scene 6, final hook of Part 3. The alien cannons fully charged. The human cannon overheated. Both ships aimed. Both sides prepared for the first true clash. Mira whispered, Humanity begins here. Dravik whispered, Then die with honor. The battlefield went silent. Then the alarms screamed, and the clash finally began. The space around Colony E-47 exploded into chaos. The alien battleship Varkos Prime unleashed its full power. Blue plasma cannons fired huge blasts of energy, each one strong enough to destroy a city. Shockwaves rippled through space as the weapons charged again and again. And in front of this unstoppable monster, the tiny human cruiser Astrius stood alone. Inside the human ship, alarms screamed in every room. Incoming fire! Shields collapsing! Captain, we cannot survive this. Engineer Lewis grabbed the railing as the ship shook so hard he almost fell. Our shields are at 15%, he shouted. They cannot take even one more direct hit. Pilot Aaron struggled to keep the ship steady. The enemy is firing again. 3 shots this time. The bridge filled with red lights. Sparks burst from damaged panels. The air smelled like smoke and burning wires. But Captain Mira Hale stood in the center, calm and sharp, her voice cutting through the panic. Aaron, angle the ship 40 degrees starboard. Lewis, reroute all remaining power to the forward shield. Lewis stared at her. That will drain life support. Mira answered without hesitation. If we die, life support won't matter. Do it. Lewis obeyed. The lights dimmed. The air system slowed. But the forward shield brightened just a little. It was enough. The first alien blast hit the shield and pushed the ship backward. Metal screamed. Panels shattered. Everyone on board was thrown to the floor. But the ship did not break. Aaron gasped. Captain's shield is at 3%. Before Mira could respond, the second alien blast hit. The shield cracked like glass. Electricity danced across the walls. Fire broke out near the rear section. The Astrea spun uncontrollably. Daryl shouted, Captain, one more shot and we are gone. Mira stood up slowly, using the railing to steady herself. Her eyes were filled with fire. We must make them miss. Scene 1, humans take the risk. Aaron, Mira said quickly. Prepare a microjump. Aaron froze. Captain, microjumps inside a battlefield are suicidal. If coordinates fail by even 1%, we will appear inside a rock, inside a ship, or explode. Mira finished. Aaron stared at her. You want to do it anyway? Yes. Aaron closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and nodded. Daryl stared in disbelief. Captain, are you serious? A microjump while the enemy is firing? No human ship has ever. Mira cut him off. Daryl, trust me. The crew fell silent. They trusted her. They had followed her across destroyed space stations, abandoned colonies, and dead war zones. And now, they would follow her into the most dangerous maneuver a human pilot could attempt. Lewis shouted, Alien cannon charging. Impact in 5 seconds. Mira raised her hand. Aaron, jump prepared. Aaron whispered. Now. Aaron slammed the button. Scene 2, the impossible move. The Astreus vanished in a flash of white light. The alien blast screamed past the empty space where the ship had been. Commander Dravik watched the screen in shock. Where did they go? He demanded. The sensor operator stared at her console in disbelief. Commander, they jumped. A microjump. Close range. In live fire. Kaler shouted. That's impossible. Humans cannot calculate microjump coordinates that fast. They just did, the operator said. Dravik clenched his fists. These humans, they have lost their minds. But a small voice inside him whispered, or maybe they have found their courage. The Astreus reappeared behind a large asteroid. Half the ship was smoking. Shields were dead. Engines were half destroyed. Aaron gasped for air. We're alive. I can't believe it. We're alive. Lewis wiped blood from his forehead. Captain, that jump nearly killed us. But it worked. Mira allowed herself one small breath of relief. One victory, she said softly. But the battle is not over. Scene 3, humans strike back. Mira pointed at the screen. Aaron, bring us around the asteroid. Lewis, prepare the last 2 missiles. Lewis froze. Captain, those missiles are meant for planetary defense. They are slow and outdated. I know, Mira said, but we don't need strength. We need timing. They moved from behind the asteroid. The alien battleship rotated, trying to find them. Mira watched carefully. She whispered, Wait, wait. The alien ship turned. The weak spot on its hull, the exhaust vent for the secondary reactor, came into view. Aaron shouted, There. Captain. That's the moment. Mira raised her arm. Lewis, fire both missiles. He hesitated only half a second. Then, missiles away. 2 bright trails shot forward. Slow. Old. Weak. but aimed with perfect precision. The alien officers laughed at first. "Commander, the humans launched missiles? Those primitive." Then the laughter stopped. The missiles curved sharply in mid-flight. They were slow, yes, but they were smart-guided, designed to track power signatures. The alien secondary reactor was a perfect target. Dravik shouted, "Shoot them down!" But it was too late. Both missiles hit. A massive explosion ripped open the back of Varkos Prime. Flames erupted. Electrical systems burst. The battleship shook violently. Dravik grabbed the railing. "What have they done?" Kaler screamed. "Commander! Secondary reactor is offline. Power grid failing." Dravik stared at the human ship. His voice was a whisper of shock. One human cruiser just crippled a Dominion warship. Scene 4, the turning point. On the Astrius, the crew cheered weakly. Lewis laughed through tears. "We did it. Captain, we actually did it." But Mira did not celebrate. Her face stayed hard. "Do not cheer yet," she said. "The Dominion still fights. They have many ships. We have only one." Lewis wiped his eyes. "But Captain, we hurt them. We showed them." Mira nodded. "Yes, today, humanity showed the galaxy one thing." She stepped to the front of the bridge. Her voice was strong, proud, and full of fire. "Humans do not run anymore." Outside, the battle was far from over. But the galaxy had just witnessed the first spark of human defiance. And sparks can become flames. The alien fleet reached close to Terra 1. They moved like a giant shadow across space. Every alien commander believed the same thing. Humans will run. Humans always run. But this time humanity did not run. The human war room. Inside Terra 1 command center, the air was tense. Red lights flashed on the walls. Officers moved quickly, checking screens full of enemy signals. Admiral Rhea Morgan stood in the center. She looked calm, but her eyes were sharp. Her voice was steady. "Today we show them what humans really are." Everyone in the room felt the same fire inside their hearts. A hidden weapon revealed. For many years, humans studied alien attacks. They learned something important. Alien ships fought with old traditions. They fought the same way for thousands of years. They did not change. But humans changed fast. They learned fast. And they invented something new, something dangerous. It was called Project Thunderstrike. No alien empire knew about it. Not even humans on other planets knew. Only Terra 1 Command and Captain Aiden's team were aware. Thunderstrike was not a big weapon. It did not look powerful. But inside, it had energy humans discovered only 5 years ago. A strange particle found near a dead star. Could break shields. Could confuse alien sensors. Could hit 10 ships at once. And today, humanity was finally ready to use it. The battle begins. The alien fleet fired first. Beams of blue fire crossed space. Huge explosions filled the dark sky. Human ships shook. Alarms rang. And metal walls trembled. But they held their line. For the first time in history, humans did not retreat. Captain Aiden's voice came through every speaker. "All units, prepare Thunderstrike. We fight as one. We protect our home." Human ships spread out into a special formation. A formation no alien had ever seen. When aliens scanned it, they became confused. What are these humans doing? Why are they not running? Some alien commanders grew nervous. Thunderstrike fired. Aiden gave the command. "Thunderstrike, launch." A bright sphere shot from the human formation. It moved slow at first, then exploded into 10 small energy lines. Each line hit an alien battleship. The alien fleet froze. Their shields broke. Their control systems crashed. Their sensors stopped working. Alien ships started drifting helplessly. For the first time in the battle, the aliens felt fear. They shouted, "Impossible! Humans do not have this technology. Retreat! Retreat!" But it was too late. Human ships fired together, precise and deadly. The silent space around Terra 1 turned bright with explosions. A new turning point. After 20 minutes, the alien Vanguard fleet was in chaos. Half of their ships were disabled. The rest were running. Captain Aiden watched the enemy retreat on his screen. He whispered, "This is the moment everything changes, because this day showed the galaxy something powerful. Humanity stopped running. And once humans stop running, they become the most dangerous species in the galaxy." The alien fleet that attacked Terra 1 was gone. Some ships escaped. Some were destroyed. Some were left floating in silence. For the first time in many years, humans stood victorious. But this victory was not only a battle win. It was a message that would soon shake the entire galaxy. Alien empires react. Across many star systems, alien leaders received the same report. Human fleet used unknown weapon. Alien shields failed. Humans did not retreat. Every empire froze in shock. In the Valerian Senate Hall, leaders shouted at each other. Humans were weak. They were running for centuries. How did they build a weapon stronger than ours? No one had an answer. In the Krylon Empire, a general slammed his fist on a metal table. Find out what humans discovered. No species evolves this fast without a reason. The galaxy had always seen humans as prey. Now humans looked like hunters. Back on Terra 1. The celebrations were loud, but short. Everyone knew this was not the end. This was only the beginning. Inside the command room, Admiral Rhea studied the battle map. Many alien fleets were moving now. Not just one. 3 major empires were heading toward human space. And they were angry. Captain Aiden entered the room. Rhea looked at him. "We hurt them, Aiden. Now they will come with everything." He nodded. "Then we must be faster. We must send a message before they do." The broadcast. Humans had never sent a message to the galaxy before. They always kept their heads down. They always stayed quiet. But today, Terra 1 activated a massive communication tower. A signal spread across thousands of star systems. Every empire heard the same words, spoken by Admiral Rhea Morgan herself. Her voice was calm. Her tone was strong. To all alien empires, for many years humanity ran. We ran because we were weak. We ran because we were learning. But today humanity stops running. All across the galaxy, leaders leaned closer. Rhea continued, "If you come to destroy us, we will defend our home. If you force war, we will answer. We do not seek conquest. We seek our right to live." Her final line shook every empire. "But if you push us, you will learn what humans become, when they have nowhere left to run." The message ended. Silence filled the galaxy. Reactions across the stars. Some alien empires were furious. Some were scared. Some were curious. But one thing was clear. No one could ignore humans anymore. Reports spread like wildfire. Human weapon breaks all known shields. Humans fight as one unit, never seen before. Their courage is unnatural. The same question appeared again and again. What changed them? No one knew. But every empire prepared for war. And humanity prepared for something bigger. A storm approaches. Back on Terra 1. The sky glowed with thousands of human ships taking flight. New weapons were being built. New alliances were forming. New strategies were tested day and night. Captain Aiden looked at the stars. A storm was coming. But this time, humans were not scared. This time, humans stood tall. This time, humanity was ready to fight back. The galaxy had changed. Humanity had changed. The air in every star system felt heavy, as if something powerful was approaching. That something was the human race, the Great Alliance Council. In the center of the galaxy, a huge meeting was called. Leaders from more than 40 alien empires came together. They sat around a bright, glowing table inside a massive station. No humans were invited, not at first. Alien voices filled the hall. Humans are dangerous now. We must destroy them before they grow stronger. If we wait, they will become unstoppable. Some agreed. Some were afraid. Some were confused. Then a Valerian ambassador asked the question many feared. "Has anyone here Ever seen humans fight like this before? Silence. No one had. Humans were supposed to be weak. They were supposed to run. But now, they fought like a storm. Suddenly, the hall doors opened. A human diplomat walked in. Everyone froze. It was Admiral Rhea Morgan, wearing her damaged uniform proudly. She stood alone, yet every alien felt a chill. Rhea spoke simply, "We are done being hunted. We do not want war. But we will not kneel." Many aliens trembled. Her voice carried the weight of a species that refused to die. Planet E-47. The final test. While the meeting continued, a massive danger appeared. A dark, ancient alien empire, unknown to most of the galaxy, started moving toward human colony E-47. Their ships were huge. Their weapons glowed with black energy. Their message was simple: surrender or be erased from existence. But E-47 did not surrender. They sent one message to Terra 1. "We are ready. We will not run." For the first time, a human colony refused to flee. Humanity answers. When the message reached Terra 1, Captain Aiden stood. His voice was firm. "Prepare the fleet. We stand with them." Within minutes, 200 human warships launched. Old cruisers, new fighters, experimental ships. Captains ready to die if needed. The fleet jumped into hyperspace, straight toward E-47. When they arrived, the Dark Empire was already waiting. Thousands of enemy ships aimed their weapons at the small human colony. But humanity did not stop. They flew forward. No fear, no hesitation, no running. The final battle. The Dark Empire expected humans to surrender easily. They were wrong. Humans attacked like lightning. Captain Aiden's ship led the charge. He shouted, "For every world we lost, for every life we could not save, for the future we want." Human cannons glowed bright. Their new weapon shattered enemy shields instantly. Alien ships exploded one after another. But the enemy kept pushing. Then, the sky changed. A golden warship appeared, the largest ship humanity had. The Titan Star. Admiral Rhea stood on its bridge. Her voice echoed across all channels. "Humanity does not run anymore. We fight for our home. We fight for our future. We fight together." The Titan Star fired its main beam. A wave of pure energy tore through the enemy fleet, cutting their formation in half. For the first time ever, the Dark Empire retreated. They fled the battlefield. Humans had won. After the storm, E-47 was safe. The human fleet floated above it like shining guardians. Children came out of shelters. Families cried and hugged each other. Captain Aiden watched the sunrise over the colony. He said softly, "This is why we fight." Admiral Rhea joined him. Her eyes looked at the horizon. "The galaxy will fear us now," she said, "but they will also respect us." Aiden smiled. "Because we stopped running." Rhea nodded. "Because we learned to stand." The camera zoomed out, the human fleet shining, the colony alive, the galaxy changing. A new age had begun. The age of humanity, the age of courage, the age when humans became the storm.